Welcome to the YouTube channel of Giorgio Poggio, Managing Director of Aprile UK, but also Director of the Italian Chamber of Commerce and Industry in the United Kingdom. Today is a special edition of the YouTube channel because I've received thrilling questions from a student of the Maritime, Logistics and Transport Economics from the University of Genoa, Camilla Del Santo. Ciao Camilla, and welcome to the show, I would say.
Hi, Giorgio. Thank you.
I'm currently preparing my bachelor thesis about vertical integration, integrated logistics, the new strategy of Maersk, and the future of 3PL.
Don't be shy. We are, there's a lot of people that are watching us, and especially a lot of people from our industry. I'm sure they will give us a lot of, they add up a lot of information, they add up a lot of comments on this video, because you gave me the thrilling question that nobody wants to pose, and I will try to answer as much as I can as a person today. So it's my personal opinion about your question, but I believe we'll give some information that I'm sure will guide and will be a matter of discussion for many people in the industry in the future days. So I'm ready to get your question. I will try to do my best. I hope nobody will kill me for that, but that's at the end of the day something that you rightly said. Everybody speak about, but nothing has been written or said officially, apart from the main player. So shoot the question, and I will try.
So Giorgio, my first question is Maersk a real threat for 3PL?
That's the questions, and that's really the question. And I will try to reply to this question extensively, because we need to give a little bit of background when we reply to this question. Maersk Line, and actually the A.P. Moller Group, is one of the biggest, if not the biggest company, the biggest group in the world in terms of logistics and shipping line services. The name of Maersk Line in logistics is basically meaning of shipping, meaning of vessels. And I also find some challenge to answer to this question because I've worked for the group for 13 years. And I'm really happy to share a few facts that will help us to understand what's going on in the market. Fact number one, we are talking about the leading company of the logistics and maritime segment or sector, that one day find itself to be a second, to be not the first anymore. Maersk Line is a company that's always ahead of time with technology, with the ideas, and we, part of the logistic community, we always try to follow them on the future. They always somewhat lead the community towards the future. And one day, this big company found themselves not anymore at the first place, because someone else out of the logistic market was running, at a different speed, just light years compared to, normal speed. And this company was Amazon. So Amazon, Mr. Jeff Bezos, came in this equation and create something that is unbelievable. The logistic platform of Amazon is simply the best logistic platform, or the best model that you can see from logistic point of view in the market today. And it's far, far away from the rest of the players. And you can understand that this company is so absolutely a threat in this new competitor, because that was the new competitor. The second thing I want to say is that the world is changing, especially after the COVID. And I'm 52 now. It was my birthday yesterday, and And as a 52 years old guy, I see myself buying on Amazon, buy on the website, buy online. For me, it's something that I achieved for a generation, from your generation, is something that is a fact. I mean, for you, it's nothing new. It just is the normality. For me, it was something that came. It's completely different way of looking the world. So the future of the world will be online, most probably. There will be different shops in the streets, probably only to display the products, but not to buy. Probably everything will be bought online. I don't know what kind of future we are going to design, to shape. It's your decision as a generation, but I believe that that's the direction we are going to. And and this direction was not given by the leader of this market, Maersk Line, Maersk AP Moller Group, but was given by someone else. Scary, believe me, very scary for a Danish company. And so the real threat for all of us, and definitely for Maersk Line, was Amazon. They had to do something. And the other thing about the Danish people in general and the Danish companies, they never give you a surprise. They'll tell you, I'm going there, in a very honest way. And in a very transparent way, in 2017, Mr. Soren School launched the new direction and told us, hey guys, I'm going there because the market is changing. And I'm afraid that if I'm not moving fast, I will lose my market position. So I'm not anymore the best in class, someone else is better than me, so I need to quickly find a solution. And this is what they have done. At the end of the day, Maersk Line represent roughly, and I hope people in my community will help me to or support these numbers, represent something like 70% of the container business, worldwide business. So the idea of Maersk Line is to serve the customers like a 5PL. The idea of Maersk Line is to be a platform, a sort of Amazon, but neutral. Amazon has its own company, production company. So if I understood completely the idea that is in the new direction, the strategy launched by Mr. Soren School and Maersk Line, the idea is to have a platform, basically a logistic platform available for all the big retailers, the big, top for 500 fortunes company. They want to use a neutral platform to distribute and sell their products end to end. That's the aim. So the main threat is how the world is changing. So Maersk Line itself is not a threat. Maersk Line has always found the threat and told us that's the threat. Now we need to do something. That's what they told us, in my opinion. So it's not a total threat for the freight forwarder, for freight forwarding in business and freight forwarders company, but definitely it's a message. We have an issue, guys, and the world is changing. We need to do something. And so I believe this is my reply. It is not the Maersk Line is not the threat. It's the world that is changing. It's a threat for the old way of doing business of the freight forwarding, but also of the shipping lines.
Okay.
Why has the Danish group decided to become a vertical integrator?
I think I partially answered to that, because the reason is because they found themselves in a different world and they had to give a different answer to their direct customers specifically. And to do a transfer from A to B is not enough. Now we need to do something that is called basically to be a real integrator of the logistics, meaning end to end. From the moment that the item has been produced to the moment that the item has been delivered to your home, that's the demand of the market. That's what you have to do. So The reason why they are doing this, because they, as I said, most probably, that's my opinion, of course, they want to produce a model that is working for all the customers, for all the retailers, and it will be a neutral model probably that the customer directly can access to.
What are the strengths and the weaknesses of the company?
That's a good question, and I think that your teacher, Giorgia Profuma, should be very proud of it. So that's really, it's difficult for me to answer because I'm, I'm not in Maersk line, I'm not definitely at the high level of Maersk, but from my experience, I believe that the strength is definitely the assets. The Maersk division, the shipping division, anyway, the logistic division, call it like that, of the AP Moller Maersk is very strong in terms of terminals, in terms of vessels, in terms of containers, in terms of logistics. They are making everyday acquisition of logistics providers in China, United States, the latest. So, and cash, of course, cash is also a very important thing when you do business, and they have cash, especially nowadays. And this is something that can really help them to make the model they are looking for. And concerning the weakness in my opinion is serious, and I'm not sure how they are going to handle it or take it. It's people, because they are moving from an asset company, base asset company, to a human capital company, or a mixture of two. We, as a freight forwarders, we are a human capital company. So our asset is our people. I can assure you that 95% of, to have a doubt for 5, but 95% of what they are doing, about what they are doing. They really, from the switchboard lady to operators to salespeople, you find zillions of very pro people and trusted advisor you can count on. Freight forwarding people around the globe have a huge understanding of the business, have a huge seniority of what they are doing, about what they are doing. They really, from the switchboard lady to operators to salespeople, you find zillions of very pro people and trusted advisor you can count on. How to build that in a shipping line organization where process and assets are the most important things. How can you handle 17 millions of containers from in an end-to-end solution? How can you manage all the people behind? Because it's not anymore a machine that does the job. I mean, if you build 10 vessels, all the vessels are working the same way. Yeah, you may have some maintenance, different maintenances in the engine of one vessel compared to another, but that's the vessel. If you put together 100,000 employees, you have 100,000 people, 100,000 way of thinking, 100,000 mentalities, 100,000 needs, history, background, culture, and how to put all these kind of things together, how to make sure they will work perfectly for 17 or 20 millions of containers that you are moving. It's a huge challenge. In my opinion, this is the biggest obstacle. Change mentality from asset-based company to human capital / asset-based company. That would be the main problem, in my opinion. It would be nice to pose this question to Mr. Sorenscu, and I dare to invite him to help you for this for your bachelor graduation, and because I would be really interesting to see what is the weakness he sees in, or what are the challenges he sees in the process. And definitely this is, my opinion, the main issue. We as a freight forwarder, we can see that when someone is leaving the company, when it's not easy to replace, it's the people that makes the company. So we as a freight forwarder, apart from warehouses and trucks maybe, but it's people. So competence. So how they will build the competencies to run the show, I don't know. It will be really challenging in my opinion. And I'm sure they didn't undervalue this. If we think that the machine will do all the job, if you think that the customer won't need a care, I'm afraid we are not on the right track. Customer will always need a care. Customer will always need answer. Customer will always need a personal approach because we are human beings. And therefore, the human being, the human capital will be dramatically important. And I'm afraid they are behind on that. That's my opinion, of course. And I really invite all the colleagues, ex-colleagues of Maersk Line to tell me that I'm absolutely wrong and there's no problem about it.
If we had to sum up the main obstacles that the company will have to face, what would you say?
I would say the main obstacle I see is not from technology, it's from people. The conversion from an asset-based company to a human capital company. That's the main mindset change. There has to be a mindset change from management up to the employees.
Has this strategy ever been applied before?
To my knowledge, there was a company in the 70s or nearby that was called Merzario in Italy. That was a freight forwarder with the vessels. It was absolutely an important company here in Italy. And but then for the reason I really don't know, for a political reason, this company collapsed and went out of the market. But there was an attempt of this kind of idea. It's not new. But the difference that one thing is be a freight forwarder with the vessels. Here we are talking about end-to-end, from production to consumer, from the producer to the consumer. The item that basically replicate or even do better what Amazon is doing. And I also invite Jeff Bezos to this conversation. Maybe he wants to help you for your dissertation as well. Who knows? But we invite them, so maybe they will say yes to us. Why not?
How many containers can be managed by a 3PL?
It's another, it's very difficult questions you posed to me today, Camilla. Let's stick to the facts. I believe, and I really ask the help of my colleagues here, that the biggest volume handled by a freight forwarder or logistic provider is roughly 6 million. And I hope nobody mind if I make a name, but I believe it's the department of the Shack of Kuehne+Nagel that is doing this. So it's about 6 million. And for what I know, Kuehne+Nagel, my competitor, actually it's not my competitor, we are on different market, but is a global company that is moving 6 million. And I believe they struggle to, it's not easy to move 6 million teams. And that's the max that the market can allow you to move on end-to-end. And I'm quite sure that not all the containers of Kuehne+Nagel are controlled end-to-end in the Amazon sense or in the model that Maersk Line wants to. So that's why I'm saying people is the key. And if you think about 17 million containers end-to-end, it's a bit challenging. Or maybe they aim to do even half of it, even 8 million end-to-end. It's challenging. But even 6 million end-to-end is challenging. So I mean, it will be a challenge. But definitely the world is going there. So someone has to do it. Someone will do. There is no discussion.
And so, what will be the future of 3PL?
I think that we are in a situation where we need to understand who we are, and probably we need to go back to the basics because there will always be the need of our service. Most of the customers that are not working with us today, they are purchasing directly by the shipping line. They did this also in the past, and the customers that are working with us, they will still working with us in the future. I don't see this as a big threat, honestly. What I believe is the way we do business will change. If you believe that the freight forwarder will make money only, and I repeat, only from buying and selling freight rates, then we probably are like the dinosaur. I wrote an article of that on LinkedIn. I've been seen by 20,000 people, and some of them disagree with me, some of them agree with me. But I strongly believe that very soon the freight rate will be online, so everybody can see it. So it won't be anymore a differentiator, and the shipping line already now, they try to avoid they try to play against the buying power of the freight forwarders, and just to put everybody at the same level with the rates that are basically the same for everybody. That's definitely something that is happening, and is going to happen again in the future. So the future is going there, but the consultancy, the way we do the business, the way we control the business, the way that we give the service that the other providers like the shipping lines won't be able to do it, and there is no discussion, won't be able to do it in my opinion, and I hope they won't prove me wrong, will make the difference. So today, if you see, and this is another article I wrote, the difference between the freight forwarding industry and the travel agency industry. I mean, have the travel agency disappeared? No, they changed. There are still travel agencies that are working. They focus on they focus on specific markets that are not the mass market. They focus on specific markets that where the consultancy is needed. And probably they are making more money than yesterday because they have selected different kind of clientele. They are less than yesterday indeed, but they changed. But they are there. So we will do the same. We'll be there, and we will do our consultancy. Our competence will be highly valued instead of today that is given for granted. Tomorrow, to buy a consultancy from a freight forwarder, you have to pay. Today you want, tomorrow you will do. We will be like lawyers. You want to know from us how to do it, you have to pay me per hour probably. That's the future I see, and I believe that the competence will win, and people with competence will be in the market and will rule the market in that part of the market that will be specifically for us, for freight forwarding company. So there is a market indeed, there is a future for us. We need to change. A lot of people talk about technologies, but very little I see. So we need to change also from that perspective. I mean, we need to be really advanced in technology. Also because of our future customer, meaning you, your generation, knows technology. So we have to do the same. We need to talk with you tomorrow, not today, yesterday, and we need to hurry up because we are late on this, all of us. And that's probably when you ask me, Maersk Line is a threat. That's what Maersk Line is telling us. Hey guys, we are behind. We thought we were up to date. We're not. We are behind. We need to do something. Quick. Chop. That's what he is telling us. That's what he tells us.
So, can we say that Maersk is the leader of the maritime field?
We can absolutely say that Maersk was the leader of maritime field. Today, there is the biggest in terms of vessel, number of vessel shipping line, which is MSC, which is from our Italian colleague, Captain Aponte, Gianluigi Aponte. Maersk Line decided not to buy any more ships. Decided not to do the shipping line, but to do the integrator. As I said, Maersk Line is changing its role in the market. Not immediately, but that's what is the goal. That's what I understood from their strategy. In my opinion, that's again, my opinion, I said. That's what I understood, so prove me wrong, and then again we invite Mr. Sorenstu to join us in this conversation with humbleness, of course, and devotion from my point of view. But they are going to run a different game. The rest of the shipping line remain the main players in the maritime sector. But in my opinion, you should consider Maersk Line out of the game of the shipping contest. They are doing something else. They're not even doing freight forwarding. They are doing 5PL, like Amazon. They want to be the competitor of Amazon. As I said, they want to be the platform for the big retailers, a worldwide company, to sell their product in a different platform that is probably neutral and is accessible from everybody. That's what they want to do. There's a completely different vision of the future.
Thank you, Giorgio. It was very helpful.
Camilla, thank you so much. I mean, it was absolutely tough question, and give my regards to Giorgia Profumo.
Yeah.
That's really a huge challenge. I really hope that people will watch this video to understand that is my personal opinion, is what I understood, and I really invite you, and I invite all the colleagues that will comment this video to support you in your dissertation with additional information or to correct what I said. Maybe they share different opinion in a way that you have lots of things to consider in order to write your thesis. I encourage you to do this kind of job because I think that the idea behind is fantastic. The concept that you are looking for is really new, and it's amazing to see that a young lady of 20 years old, I assume, is taking this lead. I'm so impressed. So well done.
Thank you.
Okay, Camilla, thank you so much. I invite everybody to subscribe to my YouTube channel, to help Camilla, of course, and to switch on the bell in a way that you every new video you have, you are advised that is online. And Camilla, I really wish you luck for what you're doing. And any question, any further question, any help from my side, you are welcome. Again, ciao.